Hey everyone, I wanted to bring some exclusive news to you today on behalf of TMZ. It's about the woman who was the getaway driver in the Nipsey Hussle's murder. Well, TMZ had made an exclusive report, and it says here on TMZ.com, the woman who drove Nipsey Hussle's alleged murderer from the scene of the crime says that the shooting was triggered by a conversation about snitching. At least that's what her testimony to the grand jury was about. The woman, only identified in court documents as a witness number 1, says that she and the accused Eric Holder were hanging out on March 31st when they went to the Marathon strip mall to get food. She says they pulled in and recognized Nipsey. She says she was excited to see Nipsey. According to the documents, Holder went into the burger joint to get food, and then she saw him walk over to Nipsey. Holder was speaking to Nipsey and his crew for several minutes while she was waiting to take a selfie with Nipsey. She claimed she saw Nipsey wave off Holder as if he didn't want to speak to him, but not before accusing Holder of being a snitch. She also claimed to the grand jury that she had overheard Holder ask Nipsey, "Have you ever snitched?" She said Holder left the conversation and got his food from the restaurant, and then they both got into the car. The woman says Holder then instructed her to drive around the corner from the mall, and then she saw him pull out a black semi-automatic handgun. He pulled back to the side and then asked her to go around the block so he could do a drive-by shooting on them. She said, She refused. She then said Holder then got out of the car, put on a red shirt, and instructed her not to move. He went through the alley, allegedly found the shots that we see on the TMZ footage at Nipsey and the others. She said when he got back in the car, Holder had 2 guns. One was the black semi-automatic that he left out with, and a smaller revolver that he came back with. He put the 9mm in his bag of food. According to the documents, she was testifying under the immunity agreement, meaning nothing she said can be used against her in any future prosecution. She has not been charged in connection with the murder. Also, according to TMZ, Nipsey business associate Herman Douglas, whom we've known as Cowboy, testified for the grand jury also. He was at the Marathon store that day of the murder, and he says that Nipsey saw Holder in the car when he drove into the strip mall. Herman, a.k.a. Cowboy, says Nipsey said, "Is that shitty?" Next thing you know, Herman describes the conversation between Nipsey and Holder as non-confrontational, but he too said Nipsey told Holder he'd heard about the rumors of him snitching, and Nipsey advised Holder to take care of that. Cowboy, who is Herman, says that Holder denied it, saying, "I wasn't snitching. Motherfuckers are hating on me." He says at the end, Nipsey and Holder shook hands and they parted ways with zero animosity. So, I guess what she said all along was true, that she didn't know that he was going to go around there and kill Nipsey or leading up to anything like that. Also, what Cowboy says about the snitching, well, actually, I didn't hear that from Cowboy. Actually, I heard that from a guy named Daylight, mentioned that he had heard that that's what it was all about something about shitty cuz snitching. That's the first place in person that I've ever heard someone say something about the whole snitching thing. Well, Cowboy, who is Herman Douglas, describes that, yes, it was mention of snitching, but it was no animosity. And the witness, the girl who was in the getaway car, she stated that she heard Holder ask Nipsey, "Has he ever snitched?" I don't know what he asked him that for, but that's what she testified to at the grand jury. So for more information on this, go to TMZ.com, or I'm sure they'll post it later on their YouTube channel. I just checked to see. They hadn't, so I wanted to make this update on my page. I want to know what's the next court date, what's going to happen next. I guess he's, charged, indicted, like they said. She's going to have nothing to do with it. Her testimony is an immunity testimony, so nobody else can try to take her words, twist them, or do anything and try to charge her with being with Eric Holder and his the steps that he took to go and murder Nipsey. So all the other rumors that we heard about, you know, the possible government or Dr. Sebi and, you know, Big U and all this other stuff, and DJ Khaled video shooting where they was trying to shoot at Nipsey or do something to him that day. They also said after the video shoot, 3 days Nipsey was missing. No one had seen him. And he popped back up at the store. And then, you know, here comes this boy around the corner who they said, Nipsey said, is that shitty? So it appears to me that that was a personal thing between them two. But I'm not an investigator. I'm not a police. I'm not a detective. So I can't, or I'm not a psychiatrist. So I can't tell you what they were thinking or what truly happened. But as far as what happened in the courtroom today, according to TMZ's exclusive, everything sounds like what they initially said in the beginning. The conversation about him snitching, got mad, came around the corner, shot. But the girl said that he got back in the car with another gun. So that means he either picked up somebody else's gun that was outside, or he had him on his own self, or something. But it would be nice to get those fingerprints off of those weapons if they had them, so you could see if anybody else was involved. But long story short, the story is panning out to be the way that it was originally told, which is what we seen on the video footage from TMZ. So thanks, TMZ. Everybody else, have a great day. And rest in peace, Nipsey.